What you are about to hear is the beginning of a deeper exploration into the Kenonian path and the philosophy of the void. The Kenonian path is an occult system that emerged from the Temple of the Black Sun, which is an occult order that bases its ideas upon the return of the primordial forces back to the present world. The primordial forces we are referring to in this case are called Great Old Ones, Kenoarchs, Outer Gods and Primordial Dragons. Thus the rituals, practices and symbols used in the Temple of the Black Sun are mostly associated to those primordial forces, which have their domain located in the primordial void. The occult system of initiation and practice in the Temple of the Eternal Black Sun is thus called Kenonian Path, which brings a practical structure for anyone to work and connect with the primordial forces, thus the Great Old Ones, the Kenoarchs and the many other primordial powers which rules in the Prime Void. The Kenonian Path is based on a set of 6 principles, the 6 canones. First, thelesis, the will to power. Second, hypervasis, the transcendence of human nature. Third, katestio, the principle of hunger. Fourth, aphousiosis, principle of devotion to the Kenonian path itself. Fifth, enosis, unity in the void. Sixth, epectasis, spreading of the dark faith. Those principles are well explained in our very book Codex Canon, Introduction to the Kenonian Path. The followers or walkers of the Kenonian Path are called Kenonites, void workers or void walkers. They practice the rituals of the primordial void and have the possibility to develop otherworldly abilities on an astral, spiritual, mental, and with time on physical level. The Kenonites, based on the 6 principles of Canon, the 6 canones, are able to thrive in workings of darkness without drawbacks, giving them a form of spiritual invulnerability, a protection given by the void itself. Those 6 canones are however mostly here to optimize self-realization and evolution. The main powers and forces of the Kenonian path are called Kenoarchs. They are the main rulers of the void, terrible forces of incomprehensible magnitude, essentially beyond comprehension. They represent principles which were able to stay in power even after the destruction of multiple universes. This means that the Kenoarchs were present many universes ago, and that universes themselves are just as seconds passing before their septillion eyes, grains of sand falling in an hourglass, until there is only void. Only the domain of the primordials. This should give an idea of how gargantuan are the powers of the Kenoarchs. The void is the first state of everything, a pool of infinite potential, darkness and knowledge. It is a sacred place of empowerment. It is where the throne of the Black Sun dwells. The Kenonites receives the black light emitted by the Black Sun, a black light that empowers the black flame itself, the flame of truth, the flame from the void. The Kenonian path is both old and new. It is a path that existed long ago under another name, a path that was brought by Azazel eons ago. Azazel left his legacy so that others would rise to pursue the path of the void and help in awakening the primordial forces in these universes to remove spiritual limitations and basically free those who bear the blackened spark, those of the Lion Age, from the Prime Void and Azazel. This path is both a path of liberation and empowerment. It is different from the left-hand path, as it in fact promotes unity but in the dark, individuality within a group of united individuals, but also doesn't promote work with demons, as the Kenonite seeks to work with the most potent and primordial forces there is, the Void Lords, Great Old Ones, Outer Gods, and Primordial Dragons. Another fact about the Kenonian path is that it presents a complete system of initiation with galactic species most commonly named insectoids. In fact, the Kenonian path proposes initiation with insectoid powers and deities, which are also very primordial in nature. The insectoids related to our Kenonian path have assimilated the traits of many other types of galactic species and entities, including. This way, they can provide an infinite spectrum of empowerment and help to the Kenonite who desire to work with them. Furthermore, those very insectoids are related to a primal force commonly known as the Leviathan, or the Great Devourer. The Leviathan being one of the primordial forces from the void and especially from the primal sea of chaos that is called Tiamat, also considered one of the primordial forces. The Kenonian path is a very complete occult system. There is thus far more to say, but it should be enough to give a basic understanding. For those who desire to have more comprehension about this very path, we provide an e-book called Codex Kenon, Introduction to the Kenonian Path. These books will bring you all of the necessary informations. The initiation to become a Kenonite is totally free. To receive it, one must contact the initiator of the Temple of the Black Sun, who will freely provide guidance, informations, and the initiation itself to those willing to initiate. Lastly, the initiation is a self-initiation. Thus, it is an initiation you do yourself in your own domain once you have received all necessary details and the ritual of initiation itself.